mind, it's okay. Off your mind,
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Hello there.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí.
Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun number one.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live. Hello, everybody who is joining us tonight. I'm going to be welcoming you into this melodrama session about somebody who was nobody and is ready to brag. In fact, he is bragging of how much what money can do in your 2023. Yeah.
Àníyàn súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àníyàn súnra kì í.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àníyàn súnra kì í.
There is a man called Sirika. Sirika, like many others who became ministers in Nigeria due to the quota system, or should you call it the Fulanization agenda of the likes of Boko Haram gang. Abu or Adi Sirika became the minister, and he came to limelight in 2018. Adi Sirika, Minister of Aviation or for Aviation in Nigeria, right? One of the members of Boko Haram's CPC, among their legacy parties that formed APC. Egbe. Sirika just suddenly, he became prominent. Who is this guy? Who is this guy? They are bringing back Nigeria here. How could Nigeria, a country, the biggest black nation on earth, how could they not even smaller countries have their own airlines, national carrier, right? And when they made the announcement, it's coming back. It was just a year to 2019 charade. So this guy took this scam to the next level. And I remember then, I said, all of these are not making any sense. Maiyegun, just try and wish Nigeria well. It's not everything that you criticize. And not everything. Let us give them all your approach. I said, these guys are lying to you. This is just an attempt, number one, to make you think they actually want to do something. Then number two, an opportunity for them to loot you blind, even when you can see the scam bare face. When you ask questions, these humbled slaves, obedient fools, and sophisticated morons, they will quickly go into a serious rage. Why can't you just wish your country? I said, these guys are scammers. If you are planning to start a national carrier, you must be able to show proof that indeed you have the capacity, or in fact, you have or you are making an effort that indeed you want to start something. But in this case, it was just like social media stuff. So then the guy popped up in the UK where they were doing, what is it called? They were doing a hair show. And he just brought this brand that they spent over $400,000 to design. Let me show you the design. He brought this design to hair show in the UK. It's bringing Nigeria closer to the world. Guess what? This design and everything that went into it cost Nigeria over 14 billion. First time, second time, third time. At a point, for the Buhari-didn'ts who wanted to keep faith, let us keep faith. Guess what? They were waiting for the landing of Nigeria here, because they want to keep faith. At some point, some of them probably were dreaming that the airline is on its way, right? And to some point, in that same trans world, some went this far. Guess what? It all came back to like, mostly they just froze at a point and nobody heard anything about them again. 14.6 billion gone. Guess what? The guy was building himself a palatial, like emir-like palace. You know, the way they build their emir's palace in northern Nigeria. He was making himself feel better, just like everyone else. And just yesterday, when he was addressing the supposed APC, Egbekegbe's members in Katsina, he is from Boko Haram State, the state ravaged by different kinds of terrorists with different successful track records, and no single person has been brought to book. But guess what? They've got so much money. If there is something that those who sold you Boko Haram and change and every other lies you bought into that brought you to this state, right? if there is something that Bokwari did very successfully well, is that he made many of them to become somebody through the easy access to the public fund, the likes of Sirika. And it's all about, it's about the power. It's not really about the responsibility that comes with that power. Now, he has a lot of money, right? A lot of it. So much money. God knows how much now. Yeah? In billions. And he was able to tell some of his listeners, like, listen, we have everything that we can use to continue to rule Nigeria. No matter how anybody feels, no matter what anybody says. So, in retrospect, is telling them that we control everything. That could be a problem. And if money is the issue, we have a lot of it. So much money right now that none of you should worry. Good enough. Somebody interpreted this as a short clip, a part of his conversation.
Right. Saboda haka za mu tara kudi, za mu tara kayan masarufi ko muna da su kudi ba wallahi muna da su wallahi al'adun muna da kudi muna da kayan aiki kudi wallahi ko na faɗi wallahi muna da su.
They've got so much money now. I'm talking about, where did you think all your stolen oil money, all your stolen budget money, all your stolen borrowed money, all of the stolen printed money, where do you think they all ended? Where do you think they are? In whose private, covers and then saves? Do you think they are? This particular guy pulled a stunt that cost Nigeria over 20 billion naira. So why do you think it's going to be worried if it's about money? I'm going to show you a clip now. You see this clip, but before we come back to this, this clip will show you the state of many of them that have become multi-billionaire today, while the rest of, even the people they claim to be speaking or defending or fighting for or representing the northern Nigeria and the rest of Nigeria became poorer and poorer. And the trajectory is that it is going to continue that way. Guess what? 7 years ago or 8 years ago, these guys are nobodies. They milked you, brainwashed you, or probably you set yourselves up for them. And everything that they stood against 7, 8 years ago is what they have actually not only surpassed, right? They have double, quadrupled many of them. And they have dared you many times. I mean, they say if you live long enough, your heroes can turn to villains somehow. And that's exactly what you are witnessing today. These are a bunch of opportunists. They have taken advantage of you. And guess what? It be like what Yoruba call OJ. When you tie OJ to the end of Olosha, they will say it remain the father of the person we go remove him. They have the money. They are confident. I'm going to come back onto that because you need to see the connection at some point. But 4 years ago, these were your change agents. Look at them. Look at their appearances and check yourselves today. What happened? They switched position. They were like ragtag street hustlers who posted as those who wanted to save Nigeria and save you. You bought it. Today, like somebody told me, said, Maiyegun, in 2014, 2015, Boko Haram and many of these criminals have no job. They had no jobs. Yeah? And many Nigerians, they have jobs. Today, Boko Haram and this gang, they have jobs. And millions of Nigerians are now jobless and poor. But look at them, 4 years ago.
This is their record.
7 years ago. Please listen attentively to what he's saying. Then take a very, very slower look at the faces that the camera is going to show you. The quality is poor, But pay attention. You probably have seen this a million times. But for this conversation, pay attention for the next few minutes. El Rufaya of Kaduna talking about Nigeria 7 years ago. And today, they have the power, they have the money, and they are daring you to stop them.
This is their record. The exchange rate has moved from 120 to the dollar to 240 to the dollar. That is Jonathan's record. Jobs have been destroyed. Livelihoods have been destroyed. Over 1 million people have been displaced because of incompetent and corrupt security mismanagement. Meanwhile, during this period, oil prices have been at their all-time high. Trillions have been budgeted for security, but the only thing you see are mansions in Abuja owned by ministers of defense and generals. We know these houses, we know the owners. This is the record of the Jonathan administration in the last 6 years. That's why they don't want to talk about it. So what do they talk about? They move from church to church preaching religious division. They move from town to town preaching ethnic division. They have no record to run on. They take photographs of private estates and claim that the government built the estates. They take photographs of railway bullet trains from Port Harcourt and claim that it's federal government train system. They lie for a living. Do not believe anything they say. Even when they say good morning, check, it is probably evening. So do not be deceived. I am here before you as a father of young people like you because I have many children. We don't count our children. We count blessings. That I care about your future. We all care about your future because we have children too. And we want you to stand up and vote for change. On that day, you get your BBCs. Don't be intimidated by anyone in uniform. Remember, a few weeks ago, we needed to get the help of Chad and Niger to chase Boko Haram. So don't let them scare you. They should not scare you. Go out with your permanent voter's card and vote for the party and the candidates that will secure your future. That party is the APC. That party is the APC. Those candidates are the candidates of the APC that emerged through transparent primaries, not criminal imposition. The APC is different. We are different. We represent integrity. General Buhari represents that. We represent performance. Fashola there embodies performance. We represent courage and standing for what is right. Governor Amechi represents that. We represent honor. Governor Fayemi is the only politician in Nigeria's history that congratulated his opponent, even when he knew he was rigged. That is the APC. Compare us with the other criminal enterprise. Thank you very much.
That was 7 years ago. So now you could probably place them side by side now. So who is Adi Sirika? And in his words, how did they pull off? And then it became, did you see me in that video? Did you see Layamo laughing like, oh, sure, mommy, Erufai, yeah, yeah, tell them. We'll go show them later. Oh, yeah. They give them the lamba. And he was there too. You know what I mean? Did you see Sirika there? with his best. That most of them then they were wearing their best cloth because most of them are in the political association of Bokwari because they believed he will uphold their fake, bogus, religious, what have you. Like that Gudaji said, once you go to Buhari and you say, Allah, by Allah, I use Allah to Allah see me, Buhari will trust you. So the likes of Sirika and the rest of them, they are the caucus that came with Bokwari from CPC. So automatically when they were sharing the position in their campaign, Sirika was there. Everybody, hustlers, some of them recharge car seller, some of them we borrow onion seller. We get names, so I'm not joking, a real life story. But Bokwari changed their lives. They became certain billionaires, multi-billionaires. But how did he pull it off? In his words, when he was carrying many of you handicap, this Maiyegun, he never see anything better about Nigeria. He never want to say anything good. I said, you don't understand it, ni. Said, when you pay attention very well, when they pretend that they want to do something good for you, if you see any good, if they do any good, number one, na mistake. Then if you pay attention very well, you realize that, with what they have shown to you and what is behind, a jail, you will stone them. Then you realize that you don't really care about what you care about. You know that if they do the right thing, it's not hidden. You can't keep it away. You can't hide anything like that, right? You wanted to start airline for Nigeria. There is nothing like the office, any office to contact anyone. There is no recruitment or training going for those who are going to, you know what I mean? There are actually no marketing in Nigeria itself to say, oh, we are recruiting for this, or we are doing something about this, or you know what I mean? Or we are even looking for investors so to come and partner. Nothing. Just from the blues. After drinking kai, and then maybe showing it to Bokwari, Allah, inshallah. The plane will fly here, will come with Nigeria, say, okay, yeah, do it. 14 point something billion naira. This is how the guy started the pull off. Back in 2018, at this Sirika, who became minister after the whole scam was successful in 2015. Now, where you push us reach with this, so I'm still coming back on that. Who is Adi Sirika? Look at him.
The very quick, maybe perhaps structure of the proposed airline, government will be owning not.
Meanwhile, just for clarity, okay, this one is the video of the fifth. You understand that? The fifth scam. I'll tell you something before you watch that video again. In 2018, he went to London. Let's take it step by step, in case for those who are just joining us, okay? The billionaire, the rich man, that is now saying, although they have everything, but if it comes to money, they have the money in abundance. We'll begin to pick that, okay? In 2018, just few months before the 2019 elections, after Bokwari sojourn to the medical, medical tourism here to the UK, right? What could they do to just put some level of hysteric and all of that in the people? Let's tell them that we are bringing in, and what we are bringing in Nigeria here, we are going to get up to 100 aircrafts. In fact, we have ordered for them. Bokwari has paid for them. They are going to be delivered by December. Listen to this, oh. They told people that they were going to deliver Nigeria here and the aircraft by December 2018. Latest, by February, before the election, Buhari will launch them. But there was nothing actually in Nigeria. This news just popped up. And their paid social media bandits, they started amplifying it. Let me show you the throwback. First, they gave the design of this logo to a company outside Nigeria, and they said it cost them $430,000 to design this logo for Nigeria. Okay, Nigeria here. Now, after that, they started photoshopping the image onto, social media or online photographs of aircrafts to show people that, in fact, some said, I saw it yesterday. I am so happy. This is the change I voted for. So many things at the time. Some said, well, what happened is that they are not this one, they are not that one. Anyway, it got to a point that when they realized that it was all scam, but they couldn't come out to say it. So they started blaming people, like somebody like me. They said, Shebi, all of you never wanted Nigeria to work before. I said, why are you blaming me? I told you this whole thing was a lie, a scam, and they pull it off, and you bring it to life. That's what you did. You brought it to life. Now, only in Nigeria, they will see something as a fraud, something shady. Share you get. For example, just let's say Maiyegun come out now and I post a picture of me standing next to a private jet. And I say, oh, Hawaii, beautiful Hawaii today. Many people will start congratulating me. Say, wow, Maiyegun, congratulations. Now, if some people now say, but this is a Photoshop now, I mean, we are not saying that Maiyegun cannot enter private jet, but we are just saying that, hello, this one a Photoshop now. I think I have seen this photo before. Nigerians are ready to come there because they love that Maiyegun. I'm just using myself as an example now. They will say, even if it is not real, I am still going to say congratulations to him because it is what you claim in spirit that will come to life. You understand that? That's Nigeria. They saw evil. They saw crocodile-infested water. They still took dive. Then they are now wishing and say, well, even if it's dangerous, let us just think it's not that dangerous. And you will see that it won't be that dangerous. God will just see us through. That's Nigerian, typical Nigerians. So when they realize that they have been scammed by their own fraudulent criminals, they will just find something to console themselves. There were those who were like everywhere. I still believe, all of you who don't want Nigeria to be great, I am waiting for the plane at the airport. They were there. Waiting for the Nigeria here to just come and carry them, they go. I mean, this period, I'm talking about, this were crazy time. They were crazy times. The educated people were pushing different theories to defend fraud, lie, something that doesn't exist. They know. So they are telling people to use faith, So people started using faith. Some, they fly in their dream. They say, oh, I had a dream yesterday. What was the dream? I had a dream that I was flying Nigeria here. But when you look at it very well, now APC, broom, they under. When you join APC, you have to forget your senses. And by the time you join the asylum committee, the lunatic box, you will begin to go into trances. You will begin to see vision. Most of these are caused by the economic downturn, joblessness, laziness, and most of the time, depression caused by poverty, APC. So they started using faith. I am using my faith. I am attaching my faith to this picture. Enemy of Nigeria that doesn't want here Nigeria to come. Heavenly Father, I am attaching my faith to this photo for Nigeria to be great again. I mean, it was mad time. Some said they flew the plane. I dreamt yesterday that I flew Nigeria here from Calabar to China. Now, waiting there, they CBD, so until they stopped talking about it. I don't know, maybe they froze to. It was just like everything just died. You see these ones, These ones that were waiting here, we believe that they froze to death in their imagination. The imagination, the dream, the everything, the prayer, everything froze. We no hear them again until Sirika surfaced again to say, if na money ego costs. Money day, power day, police day, army day, everybody day. And it is all about to rob you, man. Just to rob you. If Nigeria, if they do the right thing, let me tell you something, right? if they fix your electricity, which would automatically help to boost your own economy. People will create their own job. When people begin to become productive, that government begin to take from them, and begin to deliver in all these places. Now people go enjoy them. There is nothing like they are doing you a favor. They are doing you no favor. In fact, they are robbing you so blind, and you are cheering them on. Now they are asking you, "Shena money go shop? We go show you." Unfortunately, the new naira way, they are changing the naira. Okay, they all have the money now. 14.6 billion, my brothers. So on the 5th time, at this Sirika selling his bobo in 2022, election is also next year, Abi. They need to tell you that they are working on it. So they threw the bobo earlier this year, where Addis Sirika said they are now partnering with some people. This is the bobo, and this is the updates. All to get some extra cash. I believe he got the money that I can brag about today. Listen to him. April this year, I believe.
The very quick, maybe perhaps structure of the proposed airline, government will be owning not more than 5%. Not more than 5%, below 5%. So 5% is the maximum equity the government will take. Then 46% will be owned by Nigerian entrepreneurs. 46%. So if you add that, it's 51%. So 51% majority shareholding by Nigerians. And then 49% will be held by strategic equity partner or partners that will be sourced during the procurement phase, which is the next phase. This airline, if started and within the first few years, will generate about 70,000 jobs. These 70,000 jobs, they are higher than the total number of civil servants that we have in the country. The name of the airline is Air Nigeria, of course. Nigeria Air, sorry, because I beg your pardon, please. Nigeria Air, which, of course, if you remember back in time, this was subject to national debate, and 400,000 people participated to choose the name, the color, the logo, everything, and it was produced that time, and it was launched also in Farnborough as far back as 2018. So the business case is a public document. It will be on our website. You can download it, and we can give you copies. And we hope this airline would pick up and start, by God's grace, on or before April 2022. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
We work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
So this is December 2022. 14.6 billion naira gone. Not a single office is known to be the Nigeria Air office in any part of Nigeria. Not a single person is a staff of Nigeria Air right now. But April 2022, plane, they no see. Pilots, they no see. Now logo, they are giving them the dream of one Nigeria. So Addis Sirika has a lot of money. So are many of them. You know what they did with NNPC, Abi? They told you subsidy is a scam. And you believed them. They will build you one refinery every year. You believed them. Oh, what else again did they promise you? But even these two with the NNPC, oh, they were going to stop the stealing of Nigeria crude oil, and they were going to make your petrol 40 naira to 1 liter. All of this was supposed to be done when they curb stealing and corruption. But what did they do? When they came, they halved Nigeria oil outputs. When Nigeria take half, those who are stealing Nigerian crude oil, they will take half. And they did this for 7 years until a few months ago, when they said, oh, we want to turn NNPC to something that is now profitable. What did they do? They said they are now making it a private company. What did they do with that? So they changed the name. They put some people, their friends here and there. So they created stock. And they said, oh, this one is on behalf of Nigeria. The rest is now owned by these people. All bunch of criminals who are just, gosh, refinery, see, a liter of petroleum today, you know what it is. But these scammers have a lot of money, billions, and if not trillions of your money that they have already stockpiled for a period like this, because they have a lot to lose, and they cut across all parts. Kazim, Olamide, thank you for your super sticker. I was expecting a chat with that so that I could read something. So when you put up a sticker like that, endeavor to add some message to it. I think that's the purpose as well, to single out your comments to be read out, even though many people in the comment section could read it. So you know what I mean? Well, thank you anyway for that. So talking about the chances, we are talking about the role of the criminals in Abuja that have now plunged Nigeria into the serious indebtedness. When they talk about Nigeria's indebtedness, and you see that it is a accumulation of the greedy, selfish criminals who are representing every part of Nigeria on the table where everything kill and share. They don't give a damn about anybody's future. When they tell you they are planning something for your future and you believe them, like APC, and as they are still doing, you are gambling with your life. And yeah, I don't even want to say your future, because now person where they are alive, they see future. You are gambling with your lives. Listen to this. Just a few weeks ago, the people of Osun State people, they got a new governor. Governor Ade Jackson, the former dancing senator, who is now the dancing governor. As people who love him will say, happiness is free. If you elect a clown, then you must always expect a circus. Now, we are not going to talk about his circus tonight. We're going to talk about something that I believe, as it has been, so it is, and so shall it be. How this is so much direct impact on the lives of the people that I can call my people. The people of Osun State. The future, that future, Odidogun, Edirao. So we won't talk about Ade Jackson's dancing steps and all of that. We will talk about how and what his own office, an office of the Auditor General, Accountant General of Osun State, that they made public. So let me tell you the story from the beginning. 12 years ago, the people of Osun, they trooped out from all the places. What happened? Aregbesola Baba Kabiru has defeated Olagunsoye, Oyinlola, the Obinde historian. The mighty biggest PDP don't fall. For where? For court. Who did that? Adefarati. Wow. They were so happy that, maybe it's somebody that actually represents, according to the Bobo, they sold the people they know. that represent the true value of Omoluabi Yoruba. And Osun State, being the state that is housing and then, owns Ile-Ife, that make it more significant. Aregbesola Baba Kabiru was a darling. You know what they would say? A darling. But it didn't last long before the madness started. Oyetola that was so garrulous. The Obinde historian. Let me tell you that quickly, so that just to add the interesting part, an interesting part to this conversation, right? Oyetola was so powerful, that one day, the likes of Omishore, the likes of like Tifnumbu will put the whole team together and give them money from Lagos. Yeah, go to Osun. We need to hijack Osun. It's a political war, by the way, so not be say anybody is so fear here. So Oyetola was living large, right? So one day he was now telling the people about the story of Obinde. Obinde was a woman, right? But her story was very, very kind of heartbreaking. This is what happened though. Obinde's husband decided to marry another wife. But Obinde's husband had no money. What did he do? He decided to use Obinde, his wife, as a collateral from the people who lent, the loan sharks. So he took his wife to the loan sharks and said, I need so amount of money to marry another wife, right? So as the people are joyous, they are joyous for Obinde's husband for marrying another wife. Obinde was being held by the loan shark. Now here is the story. He was saying somehow in today's what happened there, the people of Osun, they kind of wanted a new wife. Like they wanted a new life. So they decided to sacrifice what they have for that new life. But at the end of the day, well, the story didn't take long before it manifested. So what happened? Aregbesola Baba Kabiru became the governor. And there started the scams upon scams. Ono baba ono. Ile baba ile. Hospital baba hospital. This one baba, that one. In all of this, at the time, like I say, Nigeria inflation and economy, will still be a little bit not this bad though. Aregbesola Baba Kabiru changed the name of the state from Osun State to State of Osun when he started carrying them this. And he said, to make it very, very this and that, his own education reform. Now to change everybody, they wear the same uniform. He just started doing all the madness, crazy and all of that. As he was doing all the wonders and performing all the circles, he was leading Osun people into serious indebtedness. Are you following me? So, fast forward to 8 years. After that, the person that helped him and part and parcel of that 8 years, Oyetola, Benga Oyetola. Benga Oyetola being part of the team, and at the same time being homeboy, a cousin to Tinubu. He was most favored. Is a Gbondon endorser. Is going to succeed you. So every other thing, we'll just move on from there. Like Lagos, continuity. But guess what happened? Immediately they got Oyetola in. You know what happened? Oyetola changed to Oyetola. In all of this, the guy will just be like this. You won't see it on his face. This one look like person who will go steal money. The bureau long. Yeah, why don't you all just fear God? He's a very, very, he's been paying back the loans. All of the loans of Aregbesola, he's been paying back. In fact, he's okay, anyway. Before Oyetola came in, Aregbe Baba Kabiru finally won a medal for the people of Osun. Osun State became the first, and so far so good, the only state in Nigeria history that declared bankruptcy. Why? They became so broke. They became so broke that, all of you that are, some of you in Nigeria today, to survive the hardship in Nigeria, you are taking terrible, terrible loans from different loan sharks, different apps. Many of you have borrowed money from different apps. You are running away from everywhere. They are calling your friends, calling your family members, all that stuff. That's exactly what Aregbe Mugbo did to the people of Osun for 8 years, right? It got to a stage, every monthly allocation that comes from Abuja just goes straight into paying for the debt of Osun people. They got to a stage that Osun people, they collect, when other states are collecting billions as their allocation, local government and state, Osun State people will be collecting 5,000 naira. Imagine a whole state of millions of people collecting 5,000 naira, 55,000 naira as allocation from Abuja, because every money goes into paying for their debt. That's the legacy of Aregbe Mugbo. So when Boko Haram bandwagon came up, it was easier for them, like it was an escape route somehow. Number one, people still felt like maybe he made some mistake. He's still better, because everywhere he went, if you meet the ulama, like Tifnubu called them, he will quickly start singing for them. Soli, 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 lolua, soli. The people that are facing hardship, the people that he is leading into further poverty. He knows it. But they are Muslims, Abi. He will go, when he meets them, he will start singing. Yombo luwa soni yombo anobi salala wale wa salam. They will forget about what he's doing to them. Then after that, he will start telling them about God. You remember when the people of Judah, when the people of Medina, when the people of this or that, when they were facing this or that, Allah sent, that nonsense. He will just feed them with that nonsense. They will just start praying, oh, God help him. You just know that he has a clean heart. When he meets the Ogbonis, when they say, you know what I mean? He meets them, he blended with them so well. He was robbing them, and he was blaming other people for them. Some of the ideas of how they robbed people in Osun, many of those ideas, they have infused them into Boko Haram's government. So, luckily, Boko Haram just became the president of Nigeria. Oyetola, Tifnubu's cousin, became the governor. So they could cover up all of this. So Boko Haram made Aregbe Mugbo the minister of national holiday in Nigeria and the national presence in Nigeria. That's his position. That's his portfolio. When they won't tell you, say, he get one position, minister, they will tell you, say, it's the minister of internal affairs. Which internal affair? Is the minister of prison and imprisonment, as well as the minister of national holiday in Nigeria. Aregbe Mugbo Baba Kabiru. But it didn't take long before Aregbe Mugbo was like, Oyetola to buru, this one kala. Guess what? Oyetola didn't know that maybe he was going to lose, right? Between July and November, when Oyetola lost election in Osun. Oyetola, and with the cooperation of those God knows, they have managed to plunge the people of Osun, plus his own debt, plus that of Aregbemugo, Baba Kabiru, for the two of them. Now, Osun people, or the government of Osun, and the people of Osun, they are now in indebtedness. I mean, so they are now in a debt of over 331 billion naira. That is just it. I mean, that's just the start. The second part of the debt of the people of Osun State today is now considered to be over 70 billion on pension arrears, gratuities, and salaries. Aregbemugo convinced people of Osun to collect half salary. Baba, they no complain. When you say, they say, no mind them. Now juju they use. Now babalawo, omo. If poverty hits you so much sometimes, you would have to create some reason, some kind of reasons for yourself why you can't fight. Maiyegun, let me tell you, now juju, he convinced them to collect half salary, to collect 20% salary, 30% salary. Almost they no complain. They will still come out there and say, it's because the state is cash crunch. It's because of this. I say, almost it is strong, you. Are you with me? So Oyetola said he left money for the people of Osun. Ade Dancer, Ade Jackson says, Ironio, now the record be this, I'll tell you what he said. In details, they explain, I say, you will not leave any detail. What do you think is going to be the future of the people of Osun in this contraption called Nigeria? Bokwari, you know, I've been telling you something about Bokwari providing money for this, providing money for that, and many of you have no idea of those money. And those people, they collected those money because they said, oh, they were unable to pay salaries. Some of them were owing salaries of 4 years, 5 years, 3 years, 2 years. They collected all those billions. They shared the money, and the salaries and the gratuities and the pensions are still unpaid, and they are still there, telling you that they are fighting for your future. We are doing everything for you. You are ungrateful, and you are blah, 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 blah. So Osun State collected money. Now, the people of Osun, you will pay the debt for the next 28 years. You that is watching me, you are laughing. Wait till you hear the story of the rogue in charge of your own state too. You will now realize that a man they do man. Maybe we agree saying a man they do man. Now black man they do black man. Before you point finger anywhere, but my brother, take a look at that mirror very carefully. Don't pretend. Don't. I mean, ignore your prejudices and all of that. Ignore your biases and all of that. Forget all of that now. Look at that mirror. You go see saying our brother they do brother. We are saying that Nigeria is poorly forced and fused together, and therefore it has contributed to the level of the monumental poverty that our people are subjected to. And guess what? Whether it is poverty, whether it is insecurity, whether it is infrastructural underdevelopment, and all these things that really matters, that helps people's, that helps human development. All these things are lacking. But when you look at those who have made those things disappearing, they are the same people who speak the same language like you. You know what I mean? And that is why I don't like it when people try to, when people want to brainwash you. It's called brainwashing. And it is very common in Nigeria. You know that. It is easier for an Igbo man to blame Fulani man for whatever the Igbos are facing in Nigeria, why they are facing what they are facing in Nigeria. It's easier. You can even blame a Yoruba man. It's convenient for the ignorant ones. So I'm not saying everybody. The ignorant, you see an ignorant Igbo. It will conveniently point fingers. Fulani want to enslave us. Fulani want to enslave all of us. But guess what? Guess those who are actually holding the chain of that slavery. And what actually makes us enslaved in a place that we are supposed to be living in abundance, Abi, is because those who are saddled with the responsibility of giving us access to those things, they have privatized them. And guess what? They are the same people that look like you and me. Now, when you see one dumbo, ignorant Yoruba as well, it will tell you An Igbo man is a problem, is his problem. You will see him, he will say, a Fulani man want to imprison him. Oh, a Fulani man want to come and, they want to come and enslave us. We need to free ourselves from the Fulanis. We need to free ourselves from the Igbos. We need to free ourselves. They are always creating those we need to, but themselves. But guess what? Now, man, they do man. Now, brother, they do brother. If you don't want to use your biases at all, if you pay attention very well. Now, if brothers stay with brothers, number one thing, they would have realized that this arrangement is no pure, it no serve anybody's interest. When you look at poverty, insecurity, and all these things that have actually kept our people down somehow, you will realize that no tribe, no religion, we are all suffering in it. But we kind of sometimes, so conveniently, ignore some obvious. Over 400 billion naira is supposed to be a liquid resources that are supposed to go into something. Private thing. Some particular things that should be of a direct impact on the lives of our people. It's all scam, it's all fraud. And that's what they do. So when you begin to look inward one by one, you will realize that before we finally go after those we suspect to be after us, are you sure you are not pretending that your brother is not involved? In Osun State, 400 and something billion in debt. But this guy did a wonderful job by explaining it until their social media vuvuzelas decided to just throw something on social media. Now the money where the account be that. Government is a continuum. 407 billion. And there's nothing to point it at and say, oh, this is what we did with that. That's what we have done with that. Nothing. Most of this money, they took them out. This loan, they took them out, rush. Between July and November, and Nigerian Central Bank approved the money. Now, they said the money no day inside their account. Now, listen to this. Now, from the office of the Attorney General there, and I'm going to break it down as they have done. The little resources that could have built better schools, invest in that education and make education accessible to the children of Yorubaland or the people of Osun State. Investment that could have gone into providing, motorable and lasting roads, medical facilities, fund them conveniently. This money, more than 60 to 70% of them will probably be in private pockets right now, and they are likely never going to be recovered. Remember that the Accountant General of Nigeria, for how easy it is for you to steal money in Nigeria, and you only get to know or detected only because somebody is trying to rat on you. Now, let me take you back a little bit again. When I was telling you about Oyetola, when they said Oyetola stole 10 billion, people were screaming, 10 billion, 10 billion, you know what I mean? Aregbe came. They said Aregbe stole over 100 billion. Aregbe now Oyetola is here. And we are probably so sure that he is probably stolen maybe over 200 billion. He will be accused. And the people will say, but don't open your mouth too much, because the person that is showing this to us, he himself, is there for the same business. Now the people, you are actually the losers, right? Now, according to his office in Osun, make I explain how this money comes by you. Sure you get. So, Ade Jackson, Ade Governor, Ade dancers, Ade dancer called the Obas and the people of Osun and he said, listen, my administration, he said his administration inherited 8 outstanding loan facilities, apart from salaries and pension debts from Governor Oyetola's administration. That's what you are seeing on your screen. Ari Baba TV, thank you. Thank you for that. So, El Rufaya made sure that he made his son a candidate for House of Rep, of course, and he's probably going to be the rep for that place because they will write all of that. And made the other contestants defect to PDP. Before you know, now the Peking will come begin contest governor. That's the deal, Baba. Now, the Mugus that listen to them, hoping that they will probably do something different this time. Now, them, we should feel sorry for, but I actually don't even have any sorry to give anymore anyway. Now, listen to this. So, according to this guy, said, the repayment for this loan, maybe I'm breaking it down for you, They said that it will take 28 years for the people of Osun to pay back this money, which means if you are giving birth to any child this month as from Osun State, you are giving birth to a child that is coming into this world to spend 28 years of his life, not to expect any real development. It will be a miracle if he or she is able to attend schools, get proper medical care, as long as Nigeria exists in Osun State for the next 28 years. So don't promise that your child, that the future is coming to be great. That's one lie you shouldn't tell your children, except if you have another plan. I'm saying this to you as a father, as a generation. I mean, as somebody, a product of a generation that was told that we were the leaders of tomorrow. It didn't take long for us to detect that lie. We are not leaders of tomorrow. We are sacrificial animals to keep Nigeria. So therefore, we are the sacrificial animals for tomorrow. Whatever you do, as long as they keep Nigeria one, as they go there now, they do your marriage. I'm not trying to scare you. Before you begin to say, now your mother-in-law, now they cause all this issue. Now the mother-in-law of your wife, or now somebody somewhere is after you. The moment you got married, everything's just changed. My brother, Dira very well, especially if you are from Osun State. Other places are not pure. Don't think you're going to run away from Osun and go somewhere else. Because that place you are running to, the whole place don't tight as well. Now the same shege that they show everybody. But the good thing is that you will have an idea of where your own shege is coming from. So we are Dira. 28 years from now, whatever you get, just take them. By the time Ade Dancer had his own to the whole thing, if he end up being like 50 years or 100 years, majority of you championing for one Nigeria, for whatever thing they have told you or you have seen in your dream or what APC or any of them is telling you, if you see the whole long thing, others, they tell you, say light go there after the dark tunnel. That's another lie that we have discovered. Researchers who have been to the future, they are back. Don't let anybody lie to you. If you're a young person watching me right now, don't let your mommy or your daddy lie to you. Don't let them tell you that hard work is what will make you this and that. No. There is more to it, that will ever actually get you above water and keep your head above water. There is no light at the end of the tunnel. Those who went to go and check for us, they said they have stolen the light. It's all about the daylight. Which daylight? Now you put the daylight there. Oma travel in darkness in it, and to understand the darkness very well, if you are from Osun State, this is not a joke. I'm not trying to be funny to you. I'm just trying to lighten your mood a bit. It's a sorry case. Very, very sorry case. But again, you will pretend the Bogus and continue to pray that God will shock you. Shame in God will shock you. With all this shock we do everywhere, you better understand this better. The gbese that is in front of Osun people, that the children and the children in Osun, if you are 10 years old today, if you are 20 years old watching me right now, the next 28 years of your life, I don't know person and way in there. I no just pretend to say I don't know. But as it be so, you know they your hand again, they don't mortgage them. Want it? So don't pretend later and begin to wonder if somebody is after you or somebody is against your destiny. Destiny go lot mortgage you. This is how they have mortgaged it. And don't expect anything serious whatsoever. So according to this guy, he said for the next 28 years, this and other years are what it will take to pay back this money. By the time he had his own, God knows how long it's going to be. But wait till he said they took. Oh, hang on, one moment. they took a 5 billion, they took a budget support facility, which is a budget loan. They borrowed 51.8 billion. So they are paying back every month from Osun's allocation. They are paying back 154.9 million naira every month. So on that one, they have outstanding payment of 335 months, which is 27 years and 9 months. That's how long they will pay that one back, by paying 154 million and 900,000 every month. Another money that they borrowed is called bailouts, salary bailouts. So in that one, they have outstanding balance of 38.8 billion to pay back. So currently, Osun State is paying back 232,770,000 naira every month. So they have 167 months, which is equal to 13 years to pay back. Another one is called restructured commercial bank loans. They have a balance of 158 billion, 158.77 billion in that one. They are currently paying back 1.14 billion every month from their allocation. So they have 139 months, which is 11 years, 6 months to pay back if they continue to pay the 200, what do you call it? Now, if they continue to pay 158.7, so if they continue to pay 1.14 billion rather, they also took another loan from the excess crude account, and that one they have a balance of 14.48 billion there. They are paying back 89.97 million every month. So they have 13 years, 4 months to pay back on that one. If they continue paying, you know. They took another central bank infrastructure loan. 9.2 billion is the balance they have to pay back. And they are paying 44,980,000 naira every month, deductible from their money. So they have 17 years and 1 month to pay back. Now, they also took another loan called Federal Government Intervention Loan. They have 1.7 billion to pay back in that one, paying 100 million naira every month. So they have 17 months to pay back that one. They took another money from Federal Government of Nigeria called Bridge Finance Facility. Money to build bridges in Osun. 18.4 billion. So they said that most of this money they were taken after July 16th, when Oyetola lost election. The banks, all of these people still gave him all the money. And when it comes to the foreign loan, Oyetola and Aregbe Mugbo combined, Osun people, they are owing 86.2 million. Davido fi pay this one now, be Davido daddy. Governor Ade Dancer. I mean, they don't have to. I'm just saying, you know, Davido or Davido's dad, if he pay that one off, that foreign loan, maybe they remove Osun people from that foreign loan, so that no go bad there, get to the point that you go be from Osun and you are traveling to UK and your plane is having a stopover in Qatar and they are grabbing you and your family. They say, "Are you people from Osun?" You say, "Yeah, from Osun. We are on our way to the UK. We missed our direct flight, so we took a connect to say, you are not going to the UK. Sukuk loan. Say, what is Sukuk loan? Sukuk loan, Nigeria Sukuk loan. You took Sukuk loan. They don't pay us. Any Osun people we see here, we take them to say concentration camp. They pay. Your people pay us Sukuk for Nigeria. Say Sukuk ubawo. I don't live in Osun. I live in Lagos. But your passport says you are from Osun State. Are you Osun State? Yes. It's a wrong information. Wrong information. UK they go Egbamio. Now, you probably could encounter that. So Davido that year, anybody if he pay that one off, like 83 million, not too much, or no be $1 billion. So if not, if they say if now it will get to a stage, let me tell you something. When they take all this money out, they don't have anything left. So they still have to rely on borrowing money to do anything. Forget it. At the dancer, we have to borrow money to do anything. And that is where he himself will open shop on many of you. When you open shop and they bring the result in 4 years, then you come back and remember Maiyegun that said, Nigeria no mean well for you. Nigeria is not for you. You know, at that point. Now, when you want to travel out of Nigeria or you want to travel to Nigeria, even if you are living in America or UK, we are going home for holiday. You can't carry your Nigerian passport because you don't want visa on your American passport. We are Nigerians. You can't enter. They can't say your plane no carry you enter one territory that Osun people they hold money and they no pay again. They can't see you and your family. They can't hold you. You can't speak grammar. Listen to me. Listen to me. I've been living in America. I'm an American. This is my American passport. We know you Americans. We know. We are sorry. Well, this is the passport on your system. On our system, it says you are Nigeria from Osun. Now there you go begin the negotiation. Hey, how much did do you? How much did Osun people hold? Oh, who was? Oh, it be like myself don't they mix up. But yeah, now you go come to negotiate there. Say, oh, but how much did my people hold you? Say $83 million. So have you divided by our population? Say, no, we haven't done that yet. Do you know have the population of Osun? Say, yes, let's Google it. Oh, 5 million? 5 million divided by $83 million dollars? How much is my share in that? Well, your share is just about $10,000. Ha! $10,000. Yeah, because you've got 5 family members. You have 3 children, your wife, everybody. So $2,000. Now your debt with that, you go declare debt for border. You dey laugh. You've not heard where African countries, they are losing their properties to Chinese who borrowed them money. They couldn't pay back. And they're taking over their national asset. You are laughing. As it be now, Nigeria debt. All of us where they carry Nigeria passport everywhere. Nigeria, are you in Nigeria? Yeah, Nigeria. No, I'm from a different part of Nigeria. It's just say, but are you a Nigerian? Yes, but my friend, there's no but. Your passport says you are in debt. Nigeria debt is now over $110 billion. When they divide them, plus local and foreign, that one are international debt too. The local debt, everything, when they combine everything, anywhere where they hold me, hey, hold you, anybody with Nigeria passport, just know, say they don't go borrow money from them. And that's exactly what it looks like in Osun. But this guy is like telling everybody that this is what I found, though, before I rob you. Now waiting I find be this. So, and he was sharing this, he said, which was quite clear, right, to say, according to him, he said, Governor Oyetola must explain how the $331 billion sorry, give me 1 second. Make her drink water small, Don't go anywhere. Just 1 moment, Yes. So he said the total money that they have currently released is 331 billion, while over 70 billion has been accounted as, has been totaled as the money hold pensioners, as well as gratuities, as well as salaries. Okay. Now, from his statement as well, which is not just about making this public, he may also make some allegations as well. According to the Governor Oyetola must explain how the 18 billion bridge loan taken after he lost the election on July 16, 2022 was expended. So it took 18 billion after he lost the election. And that loan was given to him by those who cook up the scam, 18 billion. And the money is no longer in the account of, and there is no bridge built with that money today. So if you are watching me from Osun, I know many of you are so political, but this is your life. do with whatever you like. Do whatever you like with this information. But it will be on record that when you want to speak, just know that a man, they do man. Or sure you get that because now your man or no be, you know what I mean? This is the life of your children. And guess what? All of you are either supporting them or opposing them. You are all going to be the victims of all of this. And this is where you should think of your future in Nigeria, so to say. So he also further stated, according to him, he said, Governor Oyetola must explain why Osun State is owing salaries and pensions to the tune of 76 billion naira after collecting a 50 billion salary bailout loan from the federal government. Now, listen to this. They are owing people months and years of salaries and gratuities and pensions right now, in Osun State. But how many people in Osun State will probably know that the total money they are owing the pensioners that could probably have brought this whole thing to up to date? Share you are with me now, like, hang on, where's make I show you my face. So what I'm saying is this, right? Think how man they do manu. After Aregbe Mugbo, Baba Kabiru, and Oyetola, Igbin Ragbiji, after they have plundered the states, mismanaged, stole whatever they could steal. Now, the total pension, the years of unpaid pension of people, unpaid salaries, and gratuities to the workers and the ex-workers and all of that, right? It all came to 76 billion naira. That's a lot of money. Osun barely gets 1 billion or probably 500 million naira today after they have removed all the deductibles, okay? And the people we are talking about are Yorubas. Osun State is like the cradle of Yorubaland as source, Ile-Ife, the source. So you think everything they are doing should be, and those in charge of such place should be about the people in that land, to how to make them prosper, how to keep them safe, how to keep them prosperous. They care for them, Abi. Even the elderly, the aged. Now what happened? Pension is something they deduct from your salaries. It's not something government want to give to you. Now your money, we then save somewhere. They are supposed to add their own, so that when you are old enough, you can begin to draw money from it. Now, people are old years of this. They are unable to pay for their medicals. Some of them are not eating well. Some of them are homeless because of this unpaid pension and gratuities. Now, let's now say for all these years and all these people, 76 billion naira is the total money. Now, the government of Nigeria provided 50 billion naira loan. It's not free money or loan that they will have to pay back. Sure, you get 50 billion. And that money was specifically to offset those pension and all of that. Now, look at those who have been owed these years of pension and gratuities, who have managed to stay alive and survive this. And they are now the people in the basket of this poverty we are talking about. Poverty capital of the world, Nigeria. You will see Yorubas there. You will see Igbos there. You will see Hausas there. You will see Fulani. You will see Ijo. You will see Efik. You will see everybody from everywhere and everybody suffer. Just do it here that you are able to like Ologun must struggle. You they survive them every day. You they push out, nothing they happen. You better shock it here. You cannot deny what I'm saying. Our people have been pushed more into poverty, which we know. And this is due to the fact that criminals are not, apart from they are like underpaying people the value of the work they do, they still don't pay them at all. Now, for those who put money away and they stole their money when they are working hard, they don't get any penny from it when they retire. Now, they turn that pension gratuity to reward. They have paid our pension. No, we thank God they have paid our pension. Oh, Oyetola, God will bless you. You will not go hungry. Your children will not suffer. People who work there, though, they will turn prayer warriors because their gratuities have been paid. This is not like they have been paid up to date, but they have been paid what they are owed. Now, people have been conditioned to be like this, but no be man, they do man so. They can't give you 50 billion. Yeah, go and pay some of it. Hey? Do you know what that 50 billion would do in the pocket of those they are owing? Some of them will die. They will never touch that money. Some of them will collect that money. It will not be enough to pay for the deteriorated health conditions that they have suffered while waiting for that money. So man suffer man. And it is convenient for them to turn around and say, Be careful of Igbo, so be careful of Fulani. And Fulani want to enslave us. So what are you going to call this blatant effrontery to boldly and then confidently subject people and bury them in poverty, and we can all blame Nigeria, can't we? Is it not? I mean, is it not convenient? Imagine what if that 50 billion out of 76 billion is put in the pocket of the poor people in Osun State alone. Guess what? Oh, they took that money as loan on their behalf. Oh, this is their money. This was their money they stole. Oh, now somebody now said, take this and pay them, and they still didn't pay them. And that's something that personally kind of touched me when I see people who are not supposed to suffer and they're like suffering. And so many of us will probably ignore, will ignore this. That's where I said that man, they do man. So before you point that finger so much at the threat that is coming from without, are you sure that you are not ignoring the real the real slavery within? Some of them, that your bias, your prejudice will not make you actually speak the obvious truth about. You can easily brush it aside and say, no, let's talk about the other threat. The inner threat is the reason why the outer threats are about to consume us. These criminals, especially these thieves from every part of this Nigeria, especially in Yorubaland as well, they are doing their best to keep our people poor, weaken them within, weaken them economically, weaken them mentally, weaken them educationally, weaken them medically. All of these are deliberate. And these are all the ingredients of poverty. And here we are. They are breeding poor people right under our noses. And they are using religion to give you false hope that you could you'll be better off if you pray hard. You'll be better off if you fast more. Guess what? They are breeding poor people right under our noses. And they want us to blame everyone else for the reason why we are poor. Look at all of this. 50 billion. Imagine 50 billion in the pocket of less than 50,000 people. For years that they have been suffered of their own money. Imagine what that would do economically in the life of an average Osun people. But the money is there. They took it, but they still didn't pay it. And this guy is asking. People should ask him, what did he do with it? And Taiwo, that's exactly what he's been told. And guess what? What did they say? They are like, two facts can coexist for an obvious reasons, right? If you say he is there now to do something, and all of these, which is usual, by the way, people are going to get away. What is he going to do about it? Because he's going to steal too, which is the obvious thing. So this is not me trying to explain to you how they stole your money or they stole people's money. No. That is not the message. I'm actually showing to you how much, and factually by so, the culpability of the criminals who look like you, who speak like you, who dresses like you, who sometimes claim that they are like you and me. How much of what they are doing to weaken us within, and how much of maybe strength we could have had if indeed they were actually for us. Now, I don't know how they are, like I projected already. I don't know how it is going to be for those who are the young people that are going to be sold the same lie they sold to many of you. For example, 24 years ago, well, to some of us 24 years ago, 24 years or 23, 24 years after, we know better. Now, if you have to use Osun as a picture, now you know that, like I said, if you are rejecting Nigeria, please don't ignore those who made everything happening to us today happen or possible. The likes of these guys, they are Yorubas too. However, I've got an extension which borders on our ongoing family support, adventure, by the way. So I have an update for you, everyone, on that. Now, the first one is, hang on, I think I'm going to take a short break. When I take that short break, when I get back, I'll give you this update. In fact, let me show you one of them. One of the stores have been shown from our supposed warehouse, getting ourselves ready, okay? Here is one of them.
Lower in the line, you combine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, right? 50 in the back. So 1,200 lower in the back. So we can put each in every.
Sure you get. So don't go anywhere. I'll tell you more when I get back. And if you probably have something else to go and do as well, maybe I can excuse you, okay? Or if you are a part of this already, I'll say don't go anywhere. I've got this lovely update to give to you. I want to go and make another cup of tea. Anyway, thank you very much. Some of you will think I only drink the tea when I'm when I'm with you. I live on tea. Sincerely speaking, if I come to your house, just offer me tea. I'll drink tea. And it's just this weird kind of a tea mixture, right? I believe that I even make the best tea. I believe I make the best and the greatest tea, and it's weird somehow. I use a lot of milk, and then I use honey, not a lot of it, but just as a sweetener, and that's my tea. And I can drink like up to 40 cups in a single day, and that is why I don't really eat much. To be sincere, I don't eat much. I eat when I'm hungry, and I barely get hungry when I drink tea. So it's just like, when you stop drinking the tea, then you feel hungry, then you eat, or you feel like, oh, I need to eat something. So yeah, I love tea. And wherever there is no tea, I will drink this cream coffee. As long as it is warm, I'm fine. So thank you very much for staying back. The reason why we need this update tonight, which I am going to possibly mix with Yoruba, and I'm also going to keep my line open for everyone who might want to probably chip in or call in, okay? We are planning to reach out to at least 500 families, mostly elderly people, across the targeted 8 states, which we consider to be Yoruba populated states in Nigeria. So we have Lagos, we have Ogun, we have Kwara, we have Kogi, we have Osun, we have Ekiti, we have Ondo. Have I missed anything? Sorry, I was supposed to be counting. So in our own way, we have some resources that we could put towards this, and we intend to do probably more because it's so minute, so tiny. Like, you know, even logistics alone is going to take a chunk of our money, getting ourselves down to where they should be, and then reach out to the people we want to reach out to. But we believe that it is not impossible, and therefore, we have been receiving support, by the way. When I say support, I'm talking about people who are providing logistics for us in a way to make it to make it happen. 500 people, we could do that, you know, with what we have. And I am happy to tell you, for those who are living in the UK, I don't know if now only me, I don't have a Nigerian bank account, so therefore I don't have Naira. I don't know anything about it other than when I want to exchange or transfer or send money. However, in period like this, they are usually the period where a lot of people are going to be sending money for this or that. And they will tell you, Naira is scarce. It will surprise you because people like us that spend their pound sterling, right? We will have to buy the Naira. That's what we do. You know, when we send money like that, we are buying the Naira. So we determine how much we're going to pay. But in period like this, you might be hunting for Naira. Like say you dey hunt for, you know, that good ultimate search, yeah? I got a good news. I've put in my request for a while. And then I've been told that they will make some Nairas available for us. For the team back at home. Meanwhile, before we even make any kind of financial commitment, to those who are going to be our suppliers of many of the things that we intend to back together to package and give to the people during this Yuletide. They are already, you know, I like that, by the way. And there's something we always brag about on Maiyegun's Diary Political. We brag about the trusts. We say, oh yeah, Maiyegun, they trust you. Oh, Maiyegun, we trust you. And I said, well, it is a currency. The currency that we spend, and I believe it's actually the most valuable currency that you can spend in a place that its value is the same everywhere, is trust. So we are all dealing on blind trust, and we believe that if you say you want to be part of this, you are indeed, you want to be part of this. There's no compulsion. So we have many of you, because I've got a lot of you who are like multi-millionaire yourself. And what I know about people with money is that they don't like falling fool with their money. Sure, you get now. So what happens is that when you see people who have money, they want to see you do something. They want to see action. They just don't want to see words. But guess what? On this platform as well, I have the regular people. And the majority of us are actually like regular people, day-to-day running, business running people, supposedly private people, whose, subconscious mind, conscious mind, and subconscious, and the rest of that are somehow connected together with others on Maiyegun's Diary Political, which is the meeting point or the melting pot of all of us who have one or two things that we have known and rejected about Nigeria. In a way, we found ourselves. So trust is that currency we spend here. Maiyegun, we trust him. That's a very powerful thing, though. It's easy to say, but trust me, my brothers and sisters, the value of each trust can be measured by the people who are brandishing that trust. On this platform, we have one of the best that you can always count on anywhere. So what did we do? Some of us have decided to just say, well, you know what? For the success, I mean, we'll give you whatever you want. Just say, hey, we'll deliver them for you. Just say hi. So on this platform, we can say a very general thank you to Irumole. Is an asset to so many of our programs on this platform, and then as well as outside this platform, I would say. So Irumole quite delivered, and then I was sent some clip. They're short, okay? They're like glimpse of the arrival of the things we intend to put together and give to. We are talking about quality food, yeah, quality standard, food that we intend to, in fact, broaden at some points, and we call it reaching out to the people. Yeah, here's another clip they sent to me, by the way.
We can put 2 in every pack. Yeah, we can put 2. That is 1,000 grams. So, every pack. We still have so many other things to put though. And this is 50 of it.
So I was like, well, you are Dabi Princess. Would love to see what's inside. I know that's too much ask. I don't know. I mean, I could only imagine all the efforts that got everything to that place. Now, ordinarily, if we start giving two of that, according to what she said, 1,200 people will probably, 600 people will get 2 each. I mean, that's what she said. Or maybe I didn't hear her right. So break it, Princess. We'll see what's in the inside. That's what I told her. So I got a glimpse, and I'm going to show you.
No. Okay. What's the spaghetti? 50 packs. So do all like tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 10 buy, 20, 30, 40, 50 buy. So meji buy. La maficino. How Baba give me that? Meji buy la maficino. Sino pack.
Share you get. So which is all right. We haven't paid for that too. So what I was about to tell you then about my bank is that when I put in that request, are we going to get? They say, no, of course. We'll get something for you tomorrow. And I was like, oh, I was thinking that probably will be by Monday. So which means that we are still good to go. Okay. And on this note, I'm going to call that my update. And if you have any, mind you, you are going to get to know which day and days this whole thing is going to take place. Okay. They are going to tell us. You know me, I am just like the holding bay. So once we have something we need to do, what we do is that we contact the holding bay and say, what do we have in your kitty? How much do we have there? What can that do for us? Now, so far, so good. We have decided to work with what we have, what it can do for us. And what it can do for us is that it can take care of 500 people. Maybe not conveniently, because when you put how much of the logistics that goes into this, and most of them are going to be like volunteering, not like anything. So, you know what I mean? So definitely we will do that whatever it takes before the end of the year. And they are beginning to arrive. I like that. So we are waiting for like another, for a starter, by Monday or Tuesday, we are expecting, maybe in that same spot or somewhere else, we are expecting the arrival of at least 50 bags of our expected rice. So that will be that. And do I have anything else to add? So I'm just going to possibly hang on. Yeah, I know I always have issue with my my phone connection and all that, and I believe I have done what I could do to make sure that that doesn't happen tonight. Okay, but I'll keep where I'll wait. Okay, I'll be trying to work it out. So if you have any question or anything to add to what I have said tonight, you are free to call in to make that contribution. Okay, And if I have any question on the, oh no, we might be suffering the same fate like we did the last time. And this is, I mean, this is at a point where if you have been part of us all this while, okay, and you think that we could or we should possibly do more in any way or at any point in time, you are most welcome to, what do you call it, to reach out to us, okay? So I have other things as well that I have on this, but usually we do a special program on it where we can lay all the cards in the open and everybody can actually pick on it and, you know, share their views and all that. So thank you very much. I don't think the line is going to do us right tonight. Hang on. Let's see. No. So you probably would tell me, Maiyegun, you need to fix that. Anyway, let's probably just take a break, okay? And call it a night again. And I did promise you that if I was coming on again, I'm going to like allow the call. So give me a moment.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand and consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. I mean, that's money for the farmers. That's consumption.
I know, but Baba, it was like, Abi. Anyway, just so, one moment, sorry. Sorry, I think I am suffering that same bug. Where the connection between the phone and all of these devices and all of them, right? They disconnect, like they don't agree for themselves. So as people are trying to call in, getting them connected to the major line is doing some bulu bala and bala blue. Sure, you get like a Iggy Yaga, you know, and all that. I apologize, okay? I mean, it's also like fun part of our conversation where after everyone sit back to say I mean to listen and all of that, then you come on and then you add your own voice, and then sometimes all the times people add their different perspectives to the conversation that I kind of sit down here and be like, wow, all of that. So if that's talking back as in like a feedback part of our conversation is continually to give us problem, I blame myself. Okay. But I am not going to just bore you with jargons and nonsense, okay? So what we're going to do is that we'll call it tonight. I could just continue talking about other things, but trust me, it takes some few preparation as well to get some of this old conversation, sort of emphasis in style, and then make them interesting for you. Sure, you get. So if the preparation is not that much, you can say, Maiyegun, just go and rest. Don't worry. I know that is what Mama Lizzie Dada will say. She will be like, well, Maiyegun, just go and get some rest. We'll see you tomorrow. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do. So thank you very much for your time. Tomorrow is another day. By tomorrow, the biggest chunk of what we need to ensure that what we plan to do as our end of the year meets the people program across Yorubaland is achieved, and it is successful as well, no matter how small or big it gets. So if you are still in any way interested in being part of this, there are links in the description of this video. Open them up. You can use the PayPal. You can use the Give Send Go. You can use the Cash App as well. But remember, you can always add a message to your donation or contribution and what have you, okay? Add a message that says, this is for the family support or end of the year family support program. And it's going to go straight to it as well. And every penny will be appreciated. And to all of you who have been supporting us and watching codedly, let's see what's in there go do. My brother, my sister. It's good enough to observe. There's so much nonsense going on right now that could dissuade you. But let's, I've told people this is not a competition. We are not in competition with anybody, okay? And we are not going to suffocate ourselves just to prove anything. I've told people we have nothing to prove to anybody. The whole thing is dearer to us, and the approach towards it as well should show how much this is dear to us. And people can feel, others can actually express how they feel. You know what I mean? So in this case, you can observe, but we're going to do it. And then we are grateful to every one of you who has, turn up as usual on Maiyegun's Diary Political. This is going to, eventually cost us close to 3 million naira. And then, and even more with what I've been kind of being told, codedly now, we are likely going to be crossing over that 3 million. I hope we'll have enough to cover ourselves. But as it is now, we are more than 98% ready to do based on what we have planned. And thank you once again to every one of you. Enjoy your evening or enjoy your day if you are already in another day, like Australia. Or if you are still just in the afternoon, like in the US, enjoy the rest of the day. Or if you are like me here in Europe, or you are watching me from Nigeria or any part of Yorubaland, I'm going to say this to you. Enjoy your own evening as well. And good night from Maiyegun. I'm going to see you some other time.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Maiyegun Diary, Diary Political.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Ẹ farabalẹ̀ ṣẹ́ o kẹgbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun #1.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí Facebook
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
lórí YouTube
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
bọ́ba bá gbé wúrẹ́
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
jíjó ìgbádìyẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
kí gómìnà kówó jẹ
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
òkúra olóṣèlú
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn làjú
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀ oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
ha kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀ ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ó fọlọ́hún sọ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ̀lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ fòyà àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.